Hello and welcome to another installment of Let's Play Civilization 4, Realism Invictus. This is the Asharid Het, and at the end of my last video I had another sudden interruption. Normally I would end the video by announcing it, but that time I had to cut it pretty quickly. But anyway, we had just defeated this stray West African scout unit, and this introduces another concept which I mentioned briefly, but I don't think I explained this aspect. If you have the slavery civic enabled, at the end of every combat, whether against a revolt or an actual formal opponent, there's a 20% flat chance that you'll capture the enemy unit as a slave. In Beyond the Sword, the civic enabled you to sacrifice your population to finish the production of not only buildings, but also units, and that is relatively, if not actually quite implausible, especially the production of elite trained units by sacrificing the population. So the mod has done away with the latter entirely, and in the case of the former, rather than sacrificing the city population, which you're not able to do until a modern civic called forced labor, you're able to take these captured slaves, send them to the city, and on normal speed at least, they generate a 30 hammers and you can sacrifice actual slaves that you captured, and that's far more realistic. You can't do this to produce units, and that also makes plenty of sense. The population expenditure to produce units is loosely modeled with the food input for militia. So that's sort of the analog replacement to the base game's function of slavery there. But anyway, we did actually capture a slave from defeating that, I believe it was a warrior. So I'm actually going to send him to help finish the construction of the Hanging Gardens. And 30 hammers won't be too much, but it might buy us another turn. In fact, it will, because that's our per turn hammer amount there. You can also use them to construct improvements. They are slower than regular workers, and there's a chance that they will simply die when the improvement is complete. I don't know what that chance is, but overall I really like the feel of how they changed slavery, because this is a lot more like how ancient slavery actually would have functioned economically than you can just whip your population to speed production in a rather cheap way. And it's much more fun in strict terms of gameplay as well, because in the base game that was pretty indisputably optimal, and simply not very fun sometimes. Like if you got invaded, you could just whip an army of crack troops, but that's not possible now. If you get caught with your pants down and unprepared, you can't just sacrifice your people to instantly produce a sufficient garrison. Or, the alternative options in the early game to just whipping your people, which you kind of had to do at a high level of play previously. Since that's no longer possible, it incentivizes multiple dynamic approaches in the early game, which I think is a lot more fun. So on a historical and gameplay basis, this is a big win, I think. Not to mention the slave farm and slave market and everything, and the revolts. And the revolts, obviously, if you didn't have a mobile counterattack stack like this, are sort of a check against foreign conquest, because unless you have plenty of garrison units and units capable of defeating the revolts, then you can't really wage war without risking losing your cities at home. But you also, of course, have the option not to play using slavery, and with the realistic exception of other nations' slaves wandering into your borders, as we had happen earlier, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Anyway, we are hopefully going to complete the Hanging Gardens here, and actually I can, with the exception of Poland, I think, actually see if anyone's working on it, and I don't think they are. Oh, we lost it on Rome. Yeah, can see the units in the city and can see their demographic info. I believe are 2 tiers. We've lost that on the Mali as well. That's likely because Alphabet is now generally had, and Alphabet enables spies themselves, but it doesn't enable the spy specialist. Apparently the units have nothing to do with espionage point production. I think maybe if they have a spy in the city, though, it might block that demographic info. That would be good to know if anyone watching this has the answer, but in any case, I do think we're safe with gardens here. It's not like I'm going to change course anyway. Okay, we're almost done with these paved roads. We are at war with, I'm going to call them the Mali, I guess. Yes, the spy. We've got one in the capital. I think it's time to start getting a spy in each city. And also on this iron, which it'll be in our interest to connect pretty quickly. I don't think I'll put the spy there before we get the mine set up, but once we have a mine there, I'll want to have a spy camped so that the AI won't be able to use terrorism to destroy it. And then if the tile culture flips, we'll be able to do that. The Maya are probably going to put more culture on this because this tile is in their BFC, meaning once this city gets its 3rd border pop, then each subsequent interior tile receives an additional 20 culture per turn plus whatever that city's output is. So once he gets these tiles here, they will be hard to fight, but we did get the Mask of Agamemnon here, so this city's cultural output is pretty good. That is something to keep an eye on, though. So next thing to do is let's look at our build queues. And this city, actually, I'm glad I had to stop suddenly because I didn't notice till I watched my own video that we are getting ready to go down a pop here. There's not a way to forestall that, unfortunately. Unless we switched back into pastoral nomadism, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, however, we won't continue starving once we get down to 3. The problem is every tile except the gold mine produces food of its own, so we'll probably have to stop working that because we have no food bank, so it would just starve again immediately. That's rather unfortunate. It's probably a few turns of research, yeah, too. But we don't really have a choice, and I do kind of want to keep working that cottage. The non-irrigation required farms are on the way, so once these roads are done. But yes, build path. Imperial cult. Yeah, you can stack this with local autonomy too. There are good ways to combine early game happiness. When I first got into the mod, I thought it was especially restrictive, but you just have to play your cards right, it seems. Now let's keep an eye. Our power is actually really good, which is surprising. I think this is a function of playing on Prince, because normally that's hard to keep up with. And my chariots must really, or my horsemen must really count for a lot, because from what I can see, they have a decent count of units. Seems like they have more than us, but we're on par or better than just about everyone here. So I don't think we imminently need to build units at this time. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Now, I thought the arena had to be activated by a civic. Nope, just takes civil engineering and it's a happiness. Very nice. Okay, yeah, the Colosseum though does require civil service. Okay. So aqueduct, that'll give us food, and then when we start growing, that'll be mandatory as well. Let's see. We're about to get iron, so the copper or the bronze smith may not be necessary at all. We don't have enough excess food for craftsmen to be worthwhile. I don't know. That's that's actually kind of tempting. We do have marble, and this would help considerably on cultural pressure. Critical thought obsoletes the Parthenon, and that tech is a long ways away. We have the rest of the classical era and the entire medieval era before that'll get obsoleted. And our birth rate, we are fixing to get another great person here, and it looks like it's just about an even spread between a prophet, engineer, and artist. Now, that would be cool if it was an engineer, because then we could get the Hanging Gardens for free, in which case investing hammers in it now would be wasteful. I think I'm just... Well, the aqueduct is still under construction anyway. Yeah, I'll wait till we get this great person here. The only other building decision I'll do right now will be... I guess it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and get the next spy. Okay, alright. Let's get going. Alright, they should be stagnant now. Slave. Okay, so the Maya declared war on the West Africans as well. So they are getting ganged up on. Rome came back with another stack. I didn't even notice that. And the Maya have a decent stack of their own here. So we're pretty safe. They are in no position to counterattack. Okay. Yeah, it's cool because the underlying mechanic was there already with great engineers hurrying projects, so slaves do the same thing. This should shave a turn off of Hanging Gardens here. Yep. Cool. Are you still healing? Yeah, one turn. And once we get armor crafting, I'll be able to upgrade that chariot to a proper medium cavalry unit. And with its experience level, it'll actually be quite good. Eventually, I'd like to lead it with a great general. Well, it actually just has land tactics and shock, but it's coming up on its third promotion. Okay. Borders of Lubeck have expanded. Okay, good. So... Maya just... Did they raise the city? It says captured, but it shows ruins. I think this is just a fog of war graphic, because it says they captured the Wonder. However, they still could have raised the city for all I know. Captured it and then raised it. Okay. Guard the gold, and also it's just sort of in the middle here. Okay, let's get started on our slave farms. This city is, yeah, they're not remiss for improvements with their scientists, and then they can work this vineyard next. They're not going to grow for a little while. Here is a tile we need to put a slave farm. This city needs food too, but the capital, I really need to get this thing out of level 2 population. Okay, so we can't irrigate that. Yeah, okay. They are the same time cost as well. With these paved roads, it'll be easier to get around too if we do get randomly attacked. And we are not friends with everyone. Gotta keep an eye on the Mongol here. They are pleased, but they are, I believe, a fairly aggressive civ. And they have a lot of units. So, here pretty shortly I am going to build decent garrisons and beef up my counterattack stack. Walls are not a bad investment for the time being. Yep. Gao fell. Yeah, you know what? Let me just check. Why can't I see your city list? Normally you can do that. Whatever. Was going to check and see if they had the city and therefore hadn't raised it, but okay. Even if you think you've got it, it's always worrisome when you're this close on a wonder. Yeah, like even the walls sound effect noise, it sounds like someone else built that, but they haven't. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty costly, but at least the spy, unless it fails a mission, is permanent. They have a 50% marginal scaling cost, which was done on purpose to prevent spy spam, and I think that's a good inclusion, but getting them in your cities early is good because in my experience the AI is really aggressive, sabotaging buildings, poisoning your water, etc. And having a spy in the city prevents that pretty considerably. Build market. And we have all these resources that are not doing us really any good till we build markets. Alright, Hanging Gardens, here we come. Alright, we got it. And this will stay in effect until the late game. Okay, 2 health, 6 culture, 2 great engineer points. That's pretty good. And we got a great person too already. I don't know which kind it was. Oh, it provides a source of fresh water. I didn't even know that. So our slave farm will be irrigated. Excellent. That means if we can get an irrigation chain spread from our farms, we'll get an additional food from each one. So this wonder was a really good idea. I didn't even notice that. And then we have food from our aqueducts as well. So, one of my favorite wonders. Awesome. Alright, aqueduct you go. And we got a great engineer, so Parthenon it is. A Flemish sculptor that came to Gustav Vasa's court, which is our leader, incidentally, to do royal portraits and portraits, in sculptures and paintings, becoming the country's leading artist. His work had a considerable influence on Swedish culture. William Boy. Alright. Well, you're going to have a considerable influence on building the Parthenon. Awesome. This is the cool thing about building pyramids. Those engineer points came from our having built the pyramids, which is basically, if you get an engineer, although we had competing great people points and just kind of won the odds there. It's basically a ticket to another free wonder. And if you had used that to build the Hanging Gardens in the same city, although we already built it, even more great engineer points, and you can snowball with that. Okay. Okay, he's out of moves, but afterwards. Okay. Yep, so if we build a slave farm in this tile, it'll be irrigated by proxy of the one here. I'm going to actually stack these so they can get it done faster. Alright. For the record, I'm usually not a wonder build kind of player, but this time it's just happening. Alright, sweet. So that'll increase our birth rate. We were going to get one in 74 turns, and that'll be plus 50%, so should be like 50 turns or so. Awesome. I think this is a pretty well-known fact, but it's interesting to me that the colonnade edifice of the Parthenon is not actually linear. It was designed to account for the optical illusion of the horizon on the water so that it would appear flat from a distance, which that is rather amazing for an ancient structure. But back to the game, we have 10 culture in a border city and the birth rate bonus through the medieval era, which that's pretty cool. So now this city is putting out 20 culture return. Awesome. That is so cool. 2 wonders in only a few turns. Here's where you gotta remember you gotta build units. Don't want to get weak. And these are just crappy archers. They're not even the composite bows that we recently unlocked from ironworking. Okay. Yeah. Kind of sucks, but we don't want to starve before the aqueduct's done. However, let's get those built everywhere because the food. Yeah, we don't have one here yet. Still gonna finish that spy. Alright. Pillager. Barbed short swordsman. Oh, he did not enter our borders. He didn't want to pillage us. He heard the rumors of what happened to the last person that crossed over there. Alright, currency. The tech you want to have if you're facing early game economic crash, because you can build wealth.
Jedes Ding ist wert, was der Käufer dafür zahlen will.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, the tax office is pretty good. The preceding one, not so much. At least for its time. 15% of... Oh, 25, excuse me. Okay, that's not too bad. Ah, it's the toll house I'm thinking of, yeah. They stack up, though. Alright. Tempted to go armor crafting because we just uncovered that source of iron and beefing up our military situation is probably the next immediate priority. Could do fortification and just build a fort. Well, I could build a fort on that iron, but I don't think that's really worth it. I wouldn't be able to work it anyway, and the mine will hook it up. Wouldn't want that to flip into the Maya hands. We're getting somewhat close to the end of the classical era, at least with the state-of-the-art techs. If we did armor crafting, yeah, we don't even have code of laws yet. We need local autonomy and courthouse. That's probably important. I was thinking armor crafting or dynasticism. I like monarchy. We'll probably switch into that. But yeah, let's go armor crafting for now. I think that's the way to go. Okay. Trying to think if it's efficient to stack 3. It might be. We can get these done pretty quickly if so. We have a paved road connection on all of our cities now. And these need to, well, they don't need irrigation to be built. But yeah, I might as well do them. Well, that only takes 1 turn off. I'm going to combine him with this, and we'll have 2 groups of 2 instead. He goes back to subsistence economy. What is his deal with that? He doesn't even have any farms, and he's got a deer, deer, and then sheep. He really should have stayed in pastoral nomadism, but whatever. Okay, Uppsala, you have a food surplus again, thanks to our hanging gardens. And soon, yeah, you can work the gold mine again, although... Yeah, 3 turns to Hamlet. Let's keep working that. Late Classical's fun. You've got your cities, placed. They're finally to the point where they can start growing, and they're a little bit independent. And border pressures to the point where real wars start happening. Okay. And I love this music. Now this... Oh, crap, I forgot about this. Whoops. Oh well. Aqueduct, yeah, whatever. Let's follow through. We don't really have a good source of hammers, but... Probably would be smarter to have done like a warehouse first, and then, it might still be smarter to do that. Well, 12 turns. I'm actually going to get another worker. That may not be a great idea, but with the food surplus from this fish, it'll come out pretty fast. That was stupid of me. Okay, yep. Awesome. That'll boost our research. Yeah, you want to be careful not to trade limestone if you have masonry materials because it needs both inputs to actually produce them. So if I were to trade this excess limestone for, say, potatoes, I would lose my masonry materials. But if I traded the masonry materials, I would still have them. Okay, excellent. Why is that not spreading irrigation? They are adjacent. Oh, can slave farms not spread irrigation? Yeah, let's see. Carries irrigation, so that's definitely something delineated. It's supposed to. I mean, that is an adjacent tile. It might just take a turn. I hope so. No? Strange. And the Poles and the Celts are at war now. That's very weird. Why is that not irrigated? Is there a way I can... Because, I mean, the Hanging Gardens providing a source of fresh water is an advantage I want to take advantage of. It should spread diagonally. If it doesn't, then we can't do anything about that because we have these hills here. Well, we need to build one northwest anyway. Let's see if this spreads it. It probably won't if this one didn't, but... yeah, I don't know. Do not know what's going on with that. They're still... well, they're not even food surplus without irrigation. But they are with a slave market. Do we not have one here? We do. So what? Oh, because it's not irrigated. And this is just a plains tile. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, see, it says irrigated +1. Oh, if so. I don't know what's going on here. However, this... man, I'd have to get rid of the cow for that irrigation chain. I mean, it'll take forever, but I could do one here, 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 and here. I'll do that, but just in reverse order. Eventually they'll spread properly. And we're paying 15 in city maintenance. 80%'s not bad, especially for 5 cities. But yeah, we'll get courthouses up fairly soon too. They produce espionage. And actually that was probably what gave us our loss of intel on some of the AI. Oh, they used to provide espionage. Huh, I guess they got rid of that. Unless it's just not showing up. Yep, they got rid of that. The courthouse used to provide espionage, but it does not anymore, apparently. Okay. Alright, more walls. Yeah, this guy's kind of wasted here. Let's, you know what? Now that we're not weak, per se, I'm actually going to bring him in. I don't care about preventing barb spawn. If they cross in, then I can just kill them and get the XP. We're not in a position where a stray barb is going to take over my city or anything. However, I do have to say, I think they mitigated the ferocity of barbarians, because in the version... no, I don't want that war.
Es wird Zeit, dem Land Gesetze zu schenken, auf dass die Reichen die Armen nicht unterdrücken.
So the version I downloaded, I thought was the same one. I need to double check, but the barbs were like hard to survive actually, and currently they don't seem too bad. Like if you have no military, that'll be bad, but Walter had described it as they are supposed to be a threat, not a nuisance. And currently they don't even feel like that much of a nuisance, so something had to have changed. Local autonomy is one of the better buildings, I think. I don't think 10% malice on military production is really that big of a deal. Stack it with monarchy and you get 2 happiness, and it's a cheap building. Very good. Okay, Swami, Solar Priest, okay. Yeah, a lot of the religions actually are founded by texts that come much earlier than the texts that enable their missionaries. Fun fact, I think it's actually Dynasticism that allows us to get our missionary, which we wouldn't be able to build anyway. It was confirmed to me because we don't have active Judaism in any of our cities, which is kind of weird. Alright, we're out of money. Yeah. It'll take a while. 93, 77, 112. The rest of the game. And 10. Okay, so we'll get a third pop here, and that'll actually get us this copper if we beat him to that. However, he has more culture output in this city, and positive separatism, it looks like. The thing with revolutions is, since the AI is not great at managing it, I could just send a spy here, increase unhappiness, put it over the edge, the city revolts, I can take the city piecemeal without having to attack him, so... We might try that later. If it ends up being super cheesy and easy, then I may stop playing with revolutions, but I really like the feature, so maybe nerfing the viability of being able to do that is the way to go rather than playing without them, but who knows. Corlugian Koibalsan will trade potatoes. Rumor has it they're worth their weight in gold. They are not, actually. I don't think you'd get away with trading potatoes for gold in this. At least resource gold. Okay. Militia's back here. Yeah, he's scouting me out. I gotta be careful. He might attack me. He certainly would declare it pleased, and we are at 90% of his strength, so he's a bit of a ways away, but that doesn't mean he can't show up with a stack. So armor crafting I don't think is a bad choice. Alright, that didn't spread irrigation either. So I think diagonal, or maybe the hills block it, I don't really know. If anyone knows the answer to that, please tell me, because I don't think that's supposed to happen that way. Where's hills? What? Yeah, where is hills? That's weird. Very weird. I think hills are missing. Yeah. Unless I'm blind. Yeah, I don't know where hills are. I was gonna see if it states that they block irrigation spread, but if the hills don't and this cow doesn't, then we should still be able to get it from here. Yeah, let's put up a slash and burn here. Yeah, I'll finish the market and then we need to start building units again. Maybe a barracks next. Should have already had that. Yeah, and because only our capital is coastal, this city, well, it's still connected because of the capital, never mind. I was going to say it's not connected to any others, but it is. Should be, at least. Yeah, it is. Temple of Artemis. You know, I think the Temple of Artemis is a particularly bad wonder. For some reason, it's popular. 100% trade yield in one city. In the ancient era, how much trade yield are you really getting? It's obsolete with religious law. I don't know. I don't like it, and it's expensive. I guess great merchant points are cool, but again, early game trade modifiers are peanuts, really. Seems to me, at least. Okay, food surplus. Now, we can start growing. Yeah, let's get the market so we can make good on all these resources we have. Turn them into useful things. We need a jeweler, actually, for our gold. Okay, another spy. You're working bad, unimproved land, but yeah, aqueduct. Okay. Spy. Yeah, actually leaving him... Well, no, we have... Yeah, I'll put him here. And then it'll be easy to remember we have it in a straight line. Alright, we had our pop here. We did get that copper. Doesn't really matter. Copper is sort of obsolescent at this point, unless someone doesn't have iron. Speaking of which, we'll want to get that done before armor crafting, which will be in 24 turns. This team will keep with its current project. Yeah, since it's out of the range of the slave market, it doesn't get that extra bonus, but hopefully it can still spread irrigation. This is actually going to be more efficient. Trade the hammer for a coin, but that's okay. I will specialize this city into a commerce city. Well, actually no, this is a freshwater lake. If I build a cottage there, I'd lose out on that benefit. Can't work another scientist this early. I could build a market, and that would give me the option to build a merchant. That'll take a long time. Yeah. I don't want to throw away fresh water, though, for an additional food. Could at least build like 2 farms here and then cottage these. So yeah, I'll build 1 cottage here and start working it, because this city's going to grow fast enough where we can afford that. But yeah, at least a couple of irrigated farms. That would be wasteful otherwise. Okay, you're done with that, fine. Looks like you didn't have politics, though. Nope, you did, and they are definitely getting ahead in tech now. Well, I mean, we have a few that they don't, but, yeah. Well, I don't know, that might be a little bit illusory, or elusive, because these are kind of crappy early game. Well, I won't say crappy, but they are early game religious texts. Might make it look like they have more than they do, but yeah. Definitely keep an eye on research pace. Yep, only 12 turns. No, excuse me, 27 turns till our next great person, which that's pretty cool. More likely than not, it'll be another engineer. Okay, now you route so we can defend this more easily. Probably should build improvements, but at least aesthetically, I still kind of want a road here first.
Never believe anything in politics until it has been officially denied.
Okay, 19 turns till armor crafting. Republic, I'm not sure if I like or not. Senate and Grand Arsenal, it'd be expensive. Upkeep's the same, but we would effectively gain 50% number of cities maintenance, plus 3 free units, so that would be 3 gold per turn if you're over your free support. And we only have 5 cities, so we would get an extra happiness. Senate and Grand Arsenal. If I remember right, this is like a bonus. Is it just a building? Limited building? Yeah. Yep, okay, I thought it was a birth rate multiplier, and it is. Never obsolete, though, that's cool. Culture, birth rate, and then I guess it's 50% in the city it's built in, because these would stack. And then another happiness, in addition to what you get for simply running the civic. Yeah, if we're not going to expand for a while, that may be something to consider. You know, autocracy, we have 2 happiness from walls and barracks. So yeah, that would kind of equal out. It would just be expensive and give us a small birth rate bonus. For the time being, that's not really worthwhile. In fact, for 50% city maintenance, it's certainly not. It seems like it's a slightly underpowered civic. Grand Arsenal, what was that? Okay. This is a naval thing. And it requires optics. Okay, it's kind of like an early dry dock or something. Cool, I guess, but yeah, I still think it's a bit of a weak civic. Okay, that war looks like it came to nothing. No territory changed hands. Alright, we are a respectable 4 out of 8 here in size. He completed Physica right here, so that's 10 culture per turn. Well, compete with my 20. No, wait, that's Storyteller Circle, Library. Oh, and the temple, yeah, okay. And he doesn't have a religion in that city. But that's also where he built the Nefertiti bust, so he has 20 at least here. No, that was a work of science. They do generate some culture, I think, but I don't think they generate much. Nope, they generate no culture. Yeah, okay, alright. Alright, now hopefully this spreads irrigation, because if it doesn't, something's wrong, and we wasted a lot of time. Okay, cleared the savannah. Alright, good. And they have a nice slow growth rate. And I need to use them to get this iron connected now. Which will be fairly close to the road they're already building. Alright, how does it feel to be level 3, capital? Still growing fairly quickly. Alright, solar cult. It's not going to do us any good if we don't switch to it. And the Maya are still Jewish, so no diplomatic incentive to do that. You know, it may have been smart to build the Parthenon here for the cultural pressure. Whoops. Oh well. We'll probably keep this tile unless he, I don't know, settles some more great artists here. I mean, this isn't a bad choice either. It'll help protect the marble, which actually has kind of spent its usefulness. We're almost out of the marble era. Are you kidding me? How is this not spreading irrigation? Does it have to be ordinal? Or orthogonal? Yeah, something's not right with that. Or do I have to politically control this? I might. Oh well, whatever. We needed to build the farms either way, so it's not like it was a total waste. It may have been better to get the iron earlier, but yeah, so they're gonna take 5 turns on that. I'll go ahead and get the road built there. Just take a peek over here. You know, actually, it may not have been a bad idea to keep that unit here just to check on a stack headed my way. I'll do that. If I see a big stack coming here, then I'll know I'm about to get down. And it may be on its way, because he definitely had a lot of units, and I don't see them in the cities anymore. Oh, okay. 4 turns. 3 turns. Okay, barracks. Oh, he might be getting ready to attack the Maya then. Unless he's already at war and I didn't notice. Yeah, he is already at war with them. Somehow I missed that. Okay, I'm not going to attack the Maya though. Okay. Barracks, and we are coming up on being able to build legitimate cavalry. We need stirrup for the stable. Hmm. 5 turns. Anything I can build quickly there? I guess Imperial Cult. We'll switch to Monarchy soon, though. I actually think local autonomy is a better choice. Just because you need autocracy for the Imperial Cult, and Monarchy will stay in probably until democracy, if I even go that route. Well, you know, autocracy, I overlooked it. Maybe just because it looked inefficient or something from the icon. But that minus 20% from number of cities with a comparable happiness bonus is Monarchy. I don't know. Monarchy's more expensive. They're both low upkeep, but... Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I thought that was plus 25. Okay, yeah. So, local autonomy it is. Monarchy's still a little bit better. Yeah, I thought Monarchy had a penalty on cities. That would be pretty bad unless it had something else to balance that. Yeah, I don't see his stack. It's gotta be somewhere, though. Great scientist in 84 turns, slowly but surely. If I can time that with paper, well, no, it wouldn't be done in time. We can get a medieval work of science which will last longer. Okay. Page road here, and they're done with that one. What is up with this non-irrigation thing? I think I probably do have to control this lake. I don't know what's going on over here, though. Unless the Hanging Gardens thing is just local. But even if so, I mean, this is still within the BFC, so it should apply. Okay. Yeah. I need to get a farm built here. And that's a grassland, so it's a decent spot for it.
A man who is putting on his armor for war should not boast like a man who's taking it off.
Okay, great. I think it's cool, too, how certain promotions are unlocked by text. That's sort of plausible, I suppose. Okay, flanking 3. Immune to first strikes. That is actually a pretty good promotion. Alright. Yeah. Dynasticism next, and then we'll go monarchy. Just keep an eye on things over here. Of course, we'll have to pay supply for him, but oh well. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but whatever. Once we get a slave market, it'll... With him, I'll probably switch to building a mine, just so the city has some production. Alright, we now have not terrible population levels. Let's work that gold mine, as long as it's food neutral anyway. No, I'll wait to get stirrup. I thought about building stables first, but no, we need to get our units, get the assembly lines cracking on these things. Alright, yeah, it's been a while since we had a revolt. Plus 13. Not right now. He'll stay friendly, if not anyway. Okay. Oh good, he moved on to flat land. Oops, he'll still get to attack the city. I mean, just have one archer, that was actually kind of stupid. Oh, okay, yeah, that's with the chariot. Yeah, I'd totally need to attack them here. I probably should turn quick combat on for offense, but oh well. Yeah, let me do that now. Still want to see what's going on if I get attacked, though. Alright, great general. He was just as much a Viking as a bishop. Absalon. That's cool. Alright, and I'm going to lead him on that chariot. Ooh, a slave, okay. Yeah, that time is what the graphic of the great engineer with his protractor would be playing otherwise. Okay, I am going to send you... Oh wait, were there any doctrines I could have founded? Probably not. I'll wait to do that another era anyway. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, another slave. Cool.
Der Herr segne euch und behüte euch. Der Herr lasse sein Angesicht leuchten über euch und sei euch gnädig. Der Herr erhebe sein Angesicht auf euch und gebe euch Frieden.
Man, when you're trying to do something and it makes you do all these decisions, it's kind of... Ugh. Okay, that's going to be kind of expensive, but I wanted to lead this chariot. You know what? It's been a while since I asked for money. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, my friend's already fighting you, so I guess I'll demand this. We're even. He probably won't accept, but I just want to see. Oh, he did. Okay. Do this all at once. I don't want to annoy him. Cautious. He could be useful later. And I don't care about you. Will you just... Okay. Alright, so now I can upgrade this unit. They already have land tactics, now we want the melee bonus. Seems that horses are something everyone has. If we end up fighting them, I want to have a balanced stack here. But definitely a couple of units that can take out slaves. Okay, they just upgraded, so I can't have him lead yet, I don't think. Alright, city defender, or city garrison, or whatever that's called. Alright, get this aqueduct done quickly. That was lucky. 20% again. Alright, and then we'll get the cottage here so that I can get that irrigation belt that I mentioned. Mine. That'll be a 5 hammer because of ironworking. Oh, right, yeah. Courthouse may not have been the best move. Yep, okay, 2 of these, and then aqueduct, aqueduct, aqueduct. Okay. 26 experience. Yeah, so we should be able to promote him 2 more times. Alright, may you live long, great general unit. Okay. Now getting Blitz is pretty cool. Could just do tactics. Nah. Yeah, going the flanking route for Blitz is probably what I'll do. flanking 1, 2, and then get blitz. You can attack multiple times at that promotion, which is pretty cool. And they're pretty close to the next one. Flanking 2. Yep, okay. And that's faster than Combat 3 because this is a 2nd tier versus a 3-tier prerequisite. Yep, okay, so next promotion will be Blitz on that. It's a 7th strength unit, so against these classical slaves, it's almost guaranteed to win. And I can get them on all of them on their next improvement too. And when you can attack twice with a mobile force, that's pretty cool. Especially if, you know, if you have a 8 revolt in 4 units, then you can still clean it up in one hit. Okay. Alright, I think this is a good stopping point for now. We constructed a couple more wonders. We got the iron hooked up. We're getting a sizable defense force. I think some kind of long-term thinking of what to do next is in order. We're in a pretty stable situation. This city is still enclaved. What I had mentioned, well, not enclaved, it's just not contiguous with the rest of him. What I could do is maybe weight my espionage towards the Maya, foment unhappiness here, get this city to revolt because it just has 2 garrison units. Once it becomes an independent nation, attack it, take this city piecemeal, remain allies with him. I think that's probably a good short-term measured expansion strategy, and it's what I'll consider doing. We may sit tight for a while, but I am leaning towards doing that, actually. But we'll see. Anyway, I will see you next time. This is the Ashard Head signing out.